plenty of requests to do TV movies, and after being told about the Hero of Tomorrow's collaboration of Scooby-Doo movies, I knew I had to jump into this. Scooby-Doo is one of the most enduring cartoon characters in history, entertaining audiences for more than 40 years. From 1969 to 91, we didn't go more than 2 years without a Scooby-Doo series on TV. It's been the only Hanna-Barbera series that Time Warner has consistently done anything with since they bought up the HB properties. And then came a series of movies in the late 80s that sent the franchise on its near-fatal crash course, the first of which I've got for you now. So let's get into Scooby-Doo Meets the Boo Brothers. Scooby-Doo Meets the Boo Brothers was the first of 3 Scooby-Doo movies that Hanna-Barbera released as part of its Superstars 10 series, full-length TV movies featuring some of its most popular characters.
I'll scare you, Scooby-Doo, and Shaggy too before I'm through. That's what I'll do.
Our film opens as Shaggy and Scooby are chased out of their home with Witch Hazel singing. Seriously, I think every animation studio had a Witch Hazel, and they were all voiced by the same actress. They drive off only to turn back and grab Scrappy. And everyone watching just groaned at realizing how close we came to him not being in this movie. The 3 are now driving through the Deep South in Shaggy's pickup truck. What, was it Fred's week to have the Mystery Machine? They're looking for the Beauregard plantation that Shaggy inherited from his uncle, Colonel Beauregard. They get lost in the woods and stuck in the mud, where they then run into a giant ape. The first of way too many possible antagonists that this movie tries to shoehorn in. Then, as they escape the gorilla, they get pulled over by Boss Hogg. I'm not even kidding, just listen to that voice.
Alright, just pull that thing over to the side of the road there, doggy.
Yes, that's the late Sorrel Book himself voicing Sheriff Busby, who drives like Sheriff Roscoe. The sheriff directs them to the plantation, but warns them to stay away because the place is haunted, before he gets a call about a bunch of escaped circus animals. This is clearly to establish where the ape came from, but wouldn't it have made more sense to show the ape after telling us about the escaped animals? And sadly, that's the least of the problems this movie has. So after being chased by the Headless Horseman and the ghost of Robert E. Lee, the 3 make it to the plantation house, which is being run by this cross between Igor and Doc Ock.
I trust you and your associates will be comfortable here, Master Shaggy.
How did he know him by his nickname? Oh yeah, that's the name the Colonel stated in his will. Yeah, I'm sure the lawyers had no problems with that. Ironically, it was a year after this film was released that a pup named Scooby-Doo came out and finally established Shaggy's real name of Norville.
I'm Farquaad, manservant to the Colonel.
Okay, anyone just want to declare him the villain and end this thing now?
The old fool decided to give it all to you, including the family jewels.
Family jewels?
What family jewels? What family jewels? Only a king's ransom, hidden somewhere here on the estate.
Oh, and this guy is apparently living in the house, even though the sheriff earlier said the place was empty. That's consistent writing for ya! By the way, you're probably asking why the hell Shaggy's wearing a red shirt and blue jeans. Well, that's actually consistent with the last original series that was on at the time, The 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, which brought back Daphne, guest-starred Vincent Price, and brought in a ripoff of that kid from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. So for this movie, they kept the red shirt and left out the red head. Way to know your audience! The sheriff appears again to warn them about the escaped ape, only for Farquaad to say how the only ape on the premises is the ghost of an animal the Colonel bagged and stuffed. This whole thing about the ape being a ghost is never mentioned again. So to steal a gag from the nostalgia critic, that whole bit was... So combined with Scrappy finding an engraved ring and their truck getting stuck in a sinkhole, the three have to stay and decide to look for the treasure, while Scrappy decides to call in professionals to take care of the ghosts.
No ghost too scary for us to get rid of. The Boo Brothers.
And everything I've complained about so far has just been an appetizer for the real bad that's about to come.
Could you come right over?
Why, certainly.
Hi there. We're the Boo Brothers. When am I gonna wake up from this nightmare?
I was about to ask the same thing.
Give me that.
Don't do that!
Shut up.
Okay, Boo Brothers, grab that ghost!
Aye, aye, we go.
Don't do that!
Oh yeah, here comes the migraine.
Certainly we're ghosts. It takes one to catch one, you know.
I think Peter, Ray, and Egon would have something to say about that.
Hi.
Oh, hi, y'all. My name is Sadie Mae Scroggins. I'm your little old next-door neighbor, huh? And I was wondering if I could borrow me a cup of blackstrap molasses.
Well, she's not Daphne, but I'll take what I can get. Although who knows why she'd be needing molasses in the middle of the night?
Oh, y'all having a party?
This would be one of those moments named after an alligator that I can't say without the nostalgia chick sending me a bill. And as if we need any more reminding that this is the southern backwoods, we get Sadie's brother Billy Bob, whose family has been feuding with the Beauregards. These are two more characters that ultimately serve no purpose in the story, and yet they're still not as annoying as...
How about some dessert?
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, the impossible has happened. In a Scooby-Doo movie that includes Scrappy-Doo, they managed to create not one, but 3 characters more annoying than Scrappy! 25 minutes in, this thing finally starts to resemble an actual Scooby-Doo adventure as the gang starts finding clues left by the Colonel as to where the treasure is. And I have to say, the treasure hunt itself isn't that bad. The clues are pretty clever, and Scrappy is actually useful in helping figure them out.
Broken key unlocking the door. It was a broken piano key. I got the clue figured out, too.
You mean about the house's knee?
Right. It's the chimney.
Another one? Sure, the more the merrier. Yes, we get one more ghost thrown into this mix. Even by this show's standards, this is all hard to keep track of. We have a skeleton ghost looking to kill them, the Colonel's ghost warning them to leave, the Headless Horseman that we haven't seen since the beginning, a Donkey Kong reject, the Hunchback of Notre Dame, Slutty Daisy Mae, Cletus the whacked-out yokel, and a sheriff that makes Barney Fife look like Lenny Briscoe.
You're in big trouble now, Billy Boy. When I come back, you're getting 2 tickets.
Liar.
Good night. We're not doing this joke, are we? Ladies and gentlemen, Hateful Hatfield meets Yosemite Sam.
Ain't he cute?
I show him cute.
Oh, you stop that!
Dude, your sister can bend metal in her hands. I think doing what she says is a good idea. This is basically what we get for the next 50 minutes. The gang find a new clue, they go outside, and get chased by the ghost, the ape, and the hillbillies, while the sheriff is a dumbass and Farquaad whines about how he deserves the jewels.
Scarlet Beauregard's necklace. I haven't seen this since before the Civil War.
The necklace?
And just when you think that's as annoying as it can get, these guys come back and show off their training from the Pauly Shore School of Comedy.
What's the matter with you? You sick or something? Let me see your tongue.
The ghosts from the Casper movie were not this frustrating. During the search, they discover at least one ghost, the Headless Horseman, was mechanical and that the sheriff knows about it, leading to suspicion on him. But then we're right back to more pointless filler.
I really feel sorry for the poor guy. Sure, and you know what else? I don't think he's really dangerous at all. Nah, I mean, the big lug's all alone, he's away from home in the middle of the night. He's probably even scared of the dark.
Little Dumner here traps the three in a well, they find a secret passage, the Colonel chases them in a steamroller, and they get back to the house to find the Boo Brothers throwing a party! Yeah, the writers were just throwing in a dartboard of plot elements at this point, and they weren't throwing darts, if you know what I mean!
Like hit the road. What? But we haven't caught your ghosts yet. That's the trouble.
Hey, someone's finally not acting like an idiot!
The truth is, we're orphan ghosts.
Really?
All we ever wanted was to earn enough to get our own place. You know, just a nice, scary little house in a spooky neighborhood. Okay, guys, you're back on the job.
So after letting the Stooge rejects stick around, another clue leads them to a bear cave where they find their truck driving itself. Oh no, it's by remote control.
I mean, the last time we saw it was sinking into the ground. That's right. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense.
Nothing in this movie makes sense!
Trespassers are due.
See what I mean? Why is he riding a bicycle?
If you give me the jewels,
Why would an ape want to ride a mechanical horse?
Ghost? What the? Where? Over there?
Fools. Farewell and good riddance.
Why would he send that boat off when it was leaking 10 seconds ago? Gah!
We just thought you might like a lift.
Hey, it only took him an hour of this movie's time to do something right. The ghost gets trapped under the treasure, and they reveal it to be...
The sheriff.
Somebody call me.
It turns out this is the real sheriff's evil twin who set up all the ghosts and traps. Although I find it hard to believe that Deputy Dog is capable of rigging a remote control to a vehicle. And wait, didn't Farquaad impersonate at least one ghost earlier? Forget it! This thing's almost over! So Shaggy rewards the Boo Brothers by giving them the house, they plan to donate the treasure to orphans, and the three head off for home.
Nothing against the Boo Brothers, but I hope I never see another ghost.
uh-oh, speaking of ghosts, Lord.
Yikes!
But then, was the Colonel a real ghost at any time? No, screw it! This movie doesn't deserve rational thought! It deserves to be trashed! The sad thing about this movie is that it had the makings of a good Scooby-Doo story. There was a mystery to solve, with clues that we could decipher, and we didn't know who the villain was till the last minute. But it gets derailed with too much filler and secondary characters that range from pointless to downright annoying. When you make Scrappy-Doo tolerable by comparison, that's bad! What's even sadder is that the Superstars 10 did produce some classics, like the Jetsons Meet the Flintstones and The Good, the Bad, and Huckleberry Hound. But Scooby's involvement only got worse! The franchise really abandoned its roots with the Ghoul School and the Reluctant Werewolf. Then we didn't see these characters in their young adult personas again until 1994 with the really god-awful Scooby-Doo and the Arabian Nights. Time Warner finally righted the ship in 1998, reuniting all of Mystery Inc. in Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. 4 years later, What's New Scooby-Doo marked their return to episodic TV, bringing back the original mystery-solving format that most fans remember and love. It's not perfect, but it's at least true to the franchise. Heck, I'll take the live-action films over this garbage, because at least Scrappy got his ass kicked in the first one. That, and they had Sarah Michelle Gellar. Thanks for watching this special edition of TV Trash.